Who gives you more time now? We are so proud. There's a kukulumba, look at the crowd. We never first got saved over these hard times. Ozepu, alikulitumai chini ya tata. Was that true? The humi na kuindoli kanopa na yebo tata. Tata, minimo kwa tata. Tata, ponze wanyeta. Gete na vyotu wa sendo. Shida shibi mwana shinda. Nankale, nankale, nankale. Nankale, bari nankale, nankale. Bari gudi, bari gudi nankale. Upando, upando watia wakale. Bari gudi, chilema nankale. Bari gudi nankale. Upando, upando watia wakale. Bari gudi, chilema nankale. Mama iketi, makadana chotamo. Dendele nikose konse nankale. Misewe panga kale. Matisha ngena kitoma nasi. Bigodi ya fula nayo. Nankale bari nankale, nankale. Bari gudi nankale. Upando, upando watia wakale. Bari gudi, chilema nankale. Bari gudi nankale. Upando, upando watia wakale. Bari gudi, chilema nankale. Seven double A, may God give you long life. This peace we have is so nice. Kita wakwila osatma, who gives you more time now? We are so proud. There's a kukulumba, look at the crowd. We never first got saved over these hard times. Ozepu, alikulitumai chini ya tata. Was that true? The humi na kuindoli kanopa na yebo tata. Tata, minimo kwa tata. Tata, ponze wanyeta. Gete na vyotu wa sendo. Shida shibi mwana shinda. Nankale, nankale, nankale. Nankale, bari nankale, nankale. Bari gudi nankale. Upando, upando watia wakale. Bari gudi, chilema nankale. Bari gudi nankale. Upando, upando watia wakale. Bari gudi, chilema nankale. Mama iketi, makadana chotamo. Dendele nikose konse nankale. Misewe
Yes.
matisha ngena kitoma nasi.
Mingoni na fula nayo nankale.
Polisi angena chito. Muso
Yes, indeed. So, good evening, my brothers and sisters. Uh, I'm feeling a bit tired today. I went somewhere far, and I was rushing to come back. So yeah. Yes, hello, start talking. Teddy Mutenda. Yeah. I'm here now, Teddy, to talk. I'm here to talk. So, the first things first. What is this? What did I want to say? You know, I find it strange that people make campaign songs People make campaign songs and they put copyrights on it, you know, such that when you play it, when you play the songs, you know, when you're doing a broadcast, then, you know, you get this to say you don't have the rights and blah, blah, and blah, blah. That nonsense. You know, I mean, when you're making campaign songs, you don't have to put those, restrict them with some rights, because then it's difficult to play them, you know, as you wish. Eh? For those who make songs like this Sotsana, you know, each time you play Chisotsana, you know, you have this thing to say this song is whatever, copyright nonsense. I mean, what nonsense is that? Remove that bloody copyright rights that you put. It's a campaign song. So don't put, you know, some restrictions on playing it. Eh? It's a campaign song. Why are you putting restrictions on how it should play? Why are you claiming some rights of some sort? Just, I mean, release it, finish. Eh? Campaign songs, you don't sell them. I mean, the people that you play, that you make that campaign song, are the ones that should pay for it, and that's it. And then the public should play it freely. Yeah? I'm very upset with that Chisotsana song, because, you know, it is, I've been, you know, like, because I played it yesterday. And my videos have been restricted because of the copyright nonsense. I'm even regretting playing it. It's a campaign song. Why are you putting those restrictions? Just leave it open. Anyway, I don't think I will take long. I just want to address these particularly maybe 3 issues. One is this issue of the independent candidates. Am I able to get the... Am I able to get that article? Yeah, I think I did something. Now, anyway, I need to, I didn't, I will not go to, but anyway, what does the article, I don't want to mislead you on the actual articles, because I did something, but it is in one of my phones, which I'm using. So I will not confuse you on the actual article, but suffice to say that what the article says is that independent candidates should not belong to a political party 2 months before the date of elections. This is what the Constitution says. The article referred to, I don't know if it's 51A or 52, whatever, but I don't want to confuse you with that. But I've read it, and I don't want to Google, because Google, I don't trust Google, you know. I don't trust Google, so I don't want to give you the articles that are coming up on Google. I prefer to, you know, quote from the Constitution itself. But I have read it, and the point is, it is Article 51A, whatever. Anyway, whatever. So, but what the article says is basically that you should not belong to a political party. For you to file in as an independent member of parliament, as an independent, not member of parliament, anything. When you are filing in as an independent, it doesn't matter. There is even, today we even have independence on presidential. So even if you are filing as an independent MP, a mayor, chairperson, councillor, you should not belong to a political party 2 months before the elections. Before the elections. The election date. Okay? 2 months before the election date. Now, if you look at the nominations are done almost 3 months before the election date. Please follow me very well. The Constitution is saying you should not belong to a political party 2 months before the date of elections. Nominations are done 3 months before the date of elections. So, for people like Venagari Nkombo and the others, those who Isaac Mwanza has sued, he is saying they didn't resign from their political parties. In my view, I mean, this, I don't know. It's not making sense, because these people, it's 3 months. They were doing the nominations 3 months before the date of elections. So in terms of the Constitution, there is no abrogation there. There is nothing wrong from the Constitution point of view. As we speak, there is nothing wrong, because any of those people, they can resign even today. It doesn't say don't file in until you file in you push in your resignation. No, it is simply talking about the date of elections, 2 months before the date of elections. It is not talking about 2 months before the date of nominations. No. So at the general election, which is at the general election, I think it is a little bit difficult. It's another thing when we're talking about by-elections, because by-elections, nominations usually are done 1 month before the date of elections. So there you can say something. But for the general elections, it's 3 months before the date of elections. So I think that would have come, that issue would have come if these people continue being members of the political parties. I mean, they continue. For example, I mean, we reach June, July. In July, somewhere there, they are still members of the party. They are claiming to be members of the party. Then you can sue them to say this person is still claiming to be a member of the party, and yet is an independent candidate. But then again, you know, once there is a time when you can petition. This is the challenge. There is a time when you can petition a candidate. So, yes, one thing that I should agree, I think Isaac Mwanza is trying to sort out. There is kind of a confusion here. There is some ambiguity. There is some ambiguity, because when do you become a candidate? When do you become a candidate? Is it upon nominations? When do you really become a candidate? When do you really become a candidate? So that's really, there is some obscurity, and I'm sure that is what Isaac Mwanza, they are trying to cure. You know, because 3 months before the elections, and yet you are belonging to a political party, you know, then the constitution is saying 2 months before the elections. So at which point should you resign? At which point should you resign? Before the nomination, or you can still file in your nomination and then resign later? You see? So that is the issue. But as we speak today, yes, the constitution, I'm sure, will be able to interpret and, you know, correct this ambiguity. But as we speak today, there is nothing wrong. And those independent members of parliament, I just want to tell you that they cannot be disqualified. I think this is the message that I want to give you. The takeaway from this discussion, I want you to know, because others are writing that, oh, 50 Chakuti candidates are going to be disqualified. No, no one is going to be disqualified based on Article 51A. No one is going to be disqualified. I'm quoting 51A based on the feedback that you are giving me here. But no one is going to be disqualified because the constitution simply said you should not be a member of a party 2 months before the date of elections. It talks about the date of election and not nominations. So these people, they filed in their nominations 3 months before. I think the only thing which is safe is that these people must tender in their resignations before it is 2 months before the elections, just to clear themselves. I think that is what I can simply say. That whilst we know them to be members of a political party and they filed in their nominations 3 months before the date of elections, it would be safer for them to push in their resignations 2 months before the date of elections. Otherwise, you know, they can have problems. They might even win. And somebody will come and petition to say, no, he won as independent and yet he still belongs to a political party. For example, if you belong to UPND, let's take particularly Gary Nkombo. If Gary Nkombo does not push in a resignation officially and he wins an elections, UPND can claim that this person is still our member and yet he filed in as an independent and he won. They can nullify the results. If a political party comes up and claims you that you still belong to their political party and yet you stood in as an independent and you win, especially in this case when you win, the political party can actually file in a case against you to petition your seat, claiming you to be their member. We can take it like somebody who is working. Somebody who is working and you know that before you go and seek another employment, you are supposed to resign from wherever you are working 1 month before or whatever it is. And then without pushing in your resignation, you go and start working in another company. That company can actually sue you that no, this person still belongs to us. He works with us. He didn't conclude with us. So it is safer for those who are filed in as independents and they are belonging to political parties to push in their resignation, because if they win, the political party, whatever political party, can petition to say this person is still our member. And if they can show that indeed you are still their member, I mean, there are many ways. I mean, if you have got if there is a record which they maintain, whatever records they have, and you have not pushed in a resignation, official resignation, they can petition you and you can lose your seat. From Isaac Mwanza's position, I think there is no one who is going to be disqualified, but I think he wants the court to pronounce itself on this lacuna, if you like, whereby you are talking about 2 months before the elections, but nominations are held 3 months before. I also want to point out that this issue was actually discussed in the last Bill 7. And some people fought against this and whatever, and that's how it was left. But it would have been resolved at Parliament. But members of MPs themselves refused because they wanted that in case you are not adopted, you go as an independent. So they were trying to protect themselves, and that's how they left it hanging. However, with this litigation of Isaac Mwanza, I am sure the court will clear this this ambiguity, because that's how we make our laws. Our laws, laws are naturally made in Parliament, but the courts also, out of precedences, they also, refine our laws, if I could put it that way. They refine our laws. So I'm sure the court will refine this, they will clear this matter on when it should be. Should it be before the nominations? I would like to see how the court, discuss this. But no one, I don't believe that there is anyone who is going to be disqualified based on Isaac Mwanza's, no. And I'm very sure Isaac Mwanza knows this. The only thing is that he wants the court to pronounce itself, to somehow clear it. But again, the court does not change the articles of our constitution. The court does not change the articles, the constitution. They don't change it. They only interpret the constitution. So for example, the court cannot come and say, oh, from now onwards, nominations, you should first resign before you go for nomination. I don't think the court can do that. The law says 2 months before the date of elections. ECZ, according to their calendar, they do the nominations during the elections 3 months before the elections. It is something that has to go back to Parliament. From my analysis, I don't think this thing will be cured by this litigation. I think it is something that has to go back to Parliament, which is our problem, because when we are making constitutions, people tend to be personal. Members of Parliament were being personal. We are looking at themselves. What if I'm not adopted? Then, and now we have these situations. So this is one of those issues that we will have to go back to Parliament. I am happy that Mulambo Waimbe, when he was Justice Minister, when he was talking about these constitutional amendments, the UPND categorized these, the constitutional amendment in 3. 1, they said dealing with non-contentious issues. And this was contentious. So it was not resolved. So non-contentious issues, then contentious issues, and then the Bill of Rights. So since this was contentious, it was discussed, and it was not resolved. I want to believe that this is one of the issues that can be picked up in the next phase when we'll be dealing with our constitution, dealing with contentious issues, because clearly this is a contentious issue. So I'm hoping that in the next term or the next phase, when we'll be dealing with the constitution, the contentious issues, and I suppose this will be done in the next term of the UPND. And this is why we have to continue with the UPND, because then there will be continuity. If we bring in these other guys and whatever, they will start taking us back to Bill 10, you see. So we need progress. This is why UPND must come back, because then we can now deal with contentious issues. And from my perspective, this is another contentious issue that needs to be resolved. It was not resolved in Bill 7. I'm hoping that it can come back in the next phase when we'll be dealing with contentious issues. I'm hoping. Then, of course, after that, we are expecting to deal with the Bill of Rights. This is the timeline, or this is the plan of the UPND. They had, divided it into 3. Dealing with non-contentious issues such as delimitation, the electoral process, those were not contentious because we needed delimitation. And it's interesting that some of you people who were against Bill 7 are now benefiting, are happy with delimitation because you have your members of parliament and whatever contesting this side. You even have, there is something, there is also a benefit that Bill 7 is bringing to political parties, because now Brian Mundubile is likely to have some MPs. Apart from those that are contested, he's going to have MPs from the proportional representation. Because proportional representation, it gives you some MPs, to propose MPs to go to parliament based on the votes that you get as a president on the presidential race. I hope you are following me well. If you are a president, you have contested. Depending on the votes that you get, they will look at the ratio. They will look at the ratio. Let's just imagine. Let's imagine we have got three candidates. Three candidates. We have got Hakainde Hichilema. We have got Brian Mundubile. We have got Kalaba. Three. These ones I don't even need to mention them. We have got these three candidates. These three candidates, and then they have polled. They get. We have got 100 votes. 100 votes. Hakainde Hichilema, for example, just as an example, Hakainde Hichilema gets 60 votes. Kalaba gets 20 votes. Mundubile gets 20 votes. What it means is that if you do the ratio, it will be 1-1-1-1-3. That will be the ratio. So, meaning, Hakainde Hichilema will have 3 members of parliament, and Kalaba will have 1, and Brian Mundubile will have 1. Based on the votes that they have accumulated. That is the proportional representation. Hakainde Hichilema, because of 60 votes, he will get actually 3 votes. Kalaba will get 1. Mundubile will get 1. You see? Proportional representation. And this is the benefit of Bill 7. This is the benefit of Bill 7. So if a presidential candidate gets a number of votes, not ama 0 chakuti, because if you get 0. chakuti, I mean that 0. chakuti does not amount to 1 candidate. So you don't expect that people like I mean, I doubt really. I doubt even. I doubt. But I know they might get 1 or 2. They might get 1 or 2. The opposition. They might get 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Because I don't think they are going to get so many votes. So that is anyway on the independent. Independence is 2 months before the date of elections. Not 2 months before the date of nominations. So far, I think these people, they are in order. My advice would be, let them push in their resignations before it's 2 months. Because if they don't do it, the political parties where they belong might actually claim their seats if they win. Then, of course, I've spoken about proportional representation. Then what? Oh, then I wanted to talk about Dorika na Antoine Kanava, Fredmond. That issue of grade 12 equivalent is very important. Very, very important. You know, some of these people, I know that Dorika must have been, I don't know. Anyway, it's very important if you have a qualification that is from outside. Let's say you did grade 12 and you did it Mufialo and whatever. You need to come back home and have it certified by Zambia Qualification Authority. You need to do that. And on this one, I can only give advice to those of you who are being educated outside Zambia. Outside Zambia, whatever education that you do, it doesn't matter. When you go home, make sure you certify your qualification with Zambia Qualification Authority. If you don't do that, you risk having such challenges. It is not that Vadorika is not educated. Vadorika is very educated, and she has held high portfolio, you know, on the international scene, So she's very educated. The problem is Vadorika, I don't understand. Vadorika, she has been too excited. She has been too excited for a person of her caliber. It shocks me that, you know, she was running from one political party to the other, you know, just wanting to be on the ballot. I don't understand Vadorika. I really don't understand her. I don't know. I can't wish. I'm a politics. You know, so she should have prepared herself very well. And for Isaac Mwanza to go and petition this, it means they know. It's because they know. They have evidence. Whatever qualification she has, she should have, you know, certified it with Zambia Qualification Authority. Without that, we are likely to see Eva Fred Membe being disqualified, because once the running mate is disqualified, automatically even the principal candidate is also disqualified. And these are some of the issues that people will be saying, no, Hakainde Hichilema is being a dictator, Hakainde Hichilema is disqualifying people. And yet it is themselves who are not doing the right thing. Sean Tembo, for example, Sean Tembo, you know, his issue is being discussed internationally. It's being discussed internationally. Hey, there is a political party that was changing to, and yet Sean Tembo was lying. Sean Tembo failed to bring the substantive Secretary General to sign the adoption certificate. That is what this whole issue is all about. It's about Sean Tembo failing to get the substantive Secretary General of his party to sign the nomination. That is why Sean Tembo is out of the race today. He's not out of the race because his political party was changed into a church. No, that is not true. And this is why I am saying Sean Tembo must be arrested. As some people are reacting to say, how are you advocating for somebody to be arrested when you are outside? Iwe, I didn't leave Zambia because of my cases. No, I didn't run away from my cases. Get that straight. I didn't run away from my cases. No, I didn't run away from my cases. I ran away from the force that was coming for me. It was the force that was coming for me. That is what made me leave Zambia. I left Zambia because, you know, politics sometimes left up a boiling point. It left up a boiling point. In our politics in Zambia, I left up a boiling point. Mulakana, no, soldiers came to you. Soldiers, whatever, they didn't come to your house. They did. They did. And if that is not serious to you, wait for your time. Wait for your time. Then you saw, even when I had left, immediately I left, you saw them. They were coming for me. You saw how they broke the house. They broke into the house, got things there, got CCTV. I mean, you saw that. You saw it. So, you can't say, tefia kukoti na letina, kukoti na leya. After one samba mo, awena ntuanika ne one samba mo ama lawyers. I continued. I was even ready to represent myself. So it's not my cases that I ran away from. My cases, I don't have cases. If you must know. I don't have cases. I don't have cases. Whatever you have, mutiny, you take Kanya. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? So, but anyway, I don't want to go into those discussions. The point I'm trying to say is that I didn't run away from my cases. No, I ran away from the sulfuric acid that was coming. Sulfuric acid that was coming for me. And it's normal. Politics sometimes ngao fyaka kana sana. I mean, you know, you never know. You just never know. And some of these things, some people just get excited and they can do something silly. I'm a politics shupa. It's not everything that a president will sign for. Even a cadre who feels like, he can do something stupid. He can do something stupid. Just a cadre. You see how you fight in my blogs. Eh? Just in the blogs, you insult each other. Whoa. Imagine if you were together. Eh? You can fight. You see, you people, you fight. In my compound, you fight. So, it's not that, you know, everything, you know, no. Sometimes just the cadres themselves, the excitement. I mean, and people, you know, you just never know. And I felt I reached at that point where to say, apanga na ikala, you never know what might happen. You never know what might happen. And that's how I took off. I didn't run away from my cases. But whatever the case, I could even be wrong. Should I be tolerating nonsense like what Sean Tembo is doing? Should I be that careless to say no, because you know na rivutuka. So even Sean Tembo mulekeni. Fiabu puwa fia Sean Tembo achitile. Fiabu puwa fia Sean Tembo achitile because clearly the records at the Registrar of Society were not altered by anyone. Apart from himself trying to change this one, trying to do this, it was everything that is on record was done by Sean Tembo himself. Sean Tembo must have quarreled with the substantive Ntwanikane. Uyu atinani uyu? Johnny Handavu. Where is Johnny Handavu? Johnny Handavu is the substantive Secretary General of PEP. And to change that, it's not that they can't change that. To change that, they must follow the process. Sean Tembo failed to follow the process. In time for him, for this Johnny Handavu or for whoever, if it is Esther Lungu, to sign on the nomination. That is what happened. It is Sean Tembo who failed to fulfill the requirements of the law. Sean Tembo failed to fulfill the requirements of the law for him to be on the ballot. But to escape that, he comes up and says, you know, the Registrar of Society have changed it to a change. It is not true. And because of that lie, now people are discussing this on an international scene. On an international scene, they are discussing this. Because of Sean Tembo, because of the lies of Sean Tembo, politicians must be held accountable. Sean Tembo must be held accountable for his lies. Because what Sean Tembo did, it erodes the confidence that people and the world at large look at our government. How are they going to trust our government to say, no, if you have filed in whatever documents with the Zambian government, you are safe? How are they going to be confident of that? It has a serious damage on our country, this issue. It has a serious damage on our country. I don't want to talk carelessly, but I want to tell you that it is serious. Today, actually, I was being asked, I was being interviewed on this particular issue, Kuno, because of course their interests, their interests, you know, they are following, people are following what is happening in Zambia. And myself, I talk to different organizations, of course. I mean, you need to understand also, I mean, you know, I do talk to different organizations, international organizations. And today, they called me, one of these international organizations called me in the morning. And they asked me to brief them of what is happening in Zambia, particularly with the diplomatic advisory, public advisory coming from the Americans. And this is why today I want to talk about it, because, I mean, I went for this interview and I was being asked what is the situation in Zambia. And of course, vis-a-vis what is this American advice that they have given. to say, Americans traveling to Zambia must be cautious during the time of elections. There might be violence. And so this person was saying, no, but what about these violence issues that we are talking about? And I was like, what violence? What violence? What violence is currently going on relating to elections? What violence? I mean, isolated issues of emotions. These are normal. These are normal. Anywhere. Even in America itself. And this is why I'm saying America is not being fair with Zambia. They are not being fair with Zambia. For some time, they have continued to, publish negative opinions, if you like. Negative opinions or sentiments against our country. They were talking about corruption. I mean, I think President Hakainde Hichilema and his UPND government, they are trying very hard to fight corruption. They're trying very hard to fight corruption. And so, them to come up with these outrageous statements against corruption, I mean, what's going on? And then, they are advising Americans and other travelers that they should be careful, there will be violence. What violence? Where will that violence come from? 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 Whoever is sitting in the American embassy, where is he getting, whoever is writing these statements, where is he getting that idea that there will be violence in Zambia? Where is he getting that? Because Zambia at the moment, I mean, is supposed to be seen as, as an example of a democracy that is thriving. We had how many? 26 people paying, to be on the presidential ballot. Isn't that democracy? 26 paying. And by themselves, one by one, they knocked themselves out. And now we are remaining with about 16. If those who failed, such as Sean Tembo, and that's why I'm talking about Sean Tembo, because these are the guys that are painting our country black. They are making our country look bad in the eyes of, the international community. Sean Tembo is the only one who came up with these lies. Who else? Brian Munduvide, in spite of being nomadic, not even being stable with which political party, whatever. Brian Munduvide is on the ballot. So, what are you talking about? Why do you want to paint us black? Why? Why do you want to paint us black? 16 of them, they are found in. Now we are talking about Fredman. But Fredman might be disqualified. But disqualified for what? Because the running mate doesn't have a grade 12 certificate. At least from what we are hearing. So surely, I mean, why is whoever is sitting in the American embassy, why? What is the problem? What have we done to you Americans that you should be so negative on us? We are doing so well, and yet you keep on, publishing negativity on our country. What is the problem? What have we done? What have we done? What did you want? What did you want from Zambia? What did you want? Because clearly, you guys, you are not being objective. I am reluctant to talk about such issues, but I'm talking about it because today I was being asked, I was called by one of the international organizations. I was called, and they were talking because of the notice that America has put. And so they were asking me, what is this? How are the elections? Whatever, And then I had to go and start explaining to say, look, really, there is nothing. There is nothing, and we expect a very peaceful election. We expect a very peaceful election. President Hakainde Hichilema came out strongly, to say we should have a peaceful election. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want? whoever is sitting in the American embassy, what do you want of Zambia? What do you want? The president himself came out and issued a strong statement. We should have, a peaceful elections. We had a fracas, which I call a fracas, between or among the UPND members. Because Gary Nkombo, I mean, that's why this guy is saying that he's still a member of UPND. It was a UPND affair. It was a UPND affair. They had a scuffle there. Gary Nkombo was not beaten. Gary Nkombo was not beaten. He was not beaten. It is on video. He was not beaten. But what happened to the people that harassed him? What happened to the people that harassed him? They were arrested. They were arrested. What more do you want? What more do you want? What more do you want? Why do you want to dent us? Why? They were arrested. UPND has been very consistent on this issue to say if you engage in violence, you are on your own. We have seen members of the UPND who have been arrested and jailed for engaging in violence. We have seen Hakainde Hichilema repeatedly talking against violence. And then somebody is advising people to say, be careful. There is no violence in Zambia. There is not going to be any violence. There will not be any violence in Zambia. And the people are safe to travel in and out of Zambia. They are safe to travel in and out of Zambia. There is no violence. Stop maligning us. For whatever motive that you may have, I'm sure you have your motives. I'm sure there is something that you are not happy. But if you are not happy, bring that on the table. Talk to the Zambian government. The Zambian government is always open. They have always repeatedly say, I mean, America is our partner. And if there is anything, let's discuss. But you cannot keep on issuing negativity. No. It's not. It's just not right. It's not right. It's not right. No. I felt very bad that I was being asked because of what the Americans are saying. Next, I'm hearing, what about this political party, the people being bad? We have heard that some people are being bad. I said, no one has been bad. No one has been bad. And no one indeed has been bad from contesting. No one has been bad. No one. Tell me who has been bad. Who has been bad? No one has been bad. Sean Tembo failed to meet the requirements of the law. And he turns around, he starts lying. Muchikatachi Sean Tembo, so that these people, Veshibe, let Sean Tembo. I mean, it's not about kumpata Sean Tembo, no. It's not about me hating Sean Tembo, no. It is about clarifying. And the only way we can clarify is to bring this guy in court so that he can show, he can prove that indeed his political party was changed from a political party to a church. Let him prove. Let him prove. We need that to set the record straight. Allah, it's not acceptable. It's really not acceptable. And then if you look at, when you're talking about violence, so far, whatever issues that have been there, it has been within the UPND. Within the UPND. It is amongst themselves. And, I mean, look at this guy, but also that guy is also useless. Is that, I don't know if it is a chairperson or Copper Belty, who went to court to say that one forged there, is not our member and whatever. That is also nonsense, that guy. That guy went to court, Katshinga National, who went to court saying, Nibwana Mkubwa, that petitioning David, I think one of the candidates, no, he's not our member. A political party you can even join, Ubushiku, at 00. 7 o'clock, you are being filed in you are being presented as a candidate. Who told him that he's not our member? Members of the political party, it's not everybody who carries a card as UPND. No, it's not everybody. Some are sympathizers, some are supporters. And they have been supporting, they may have even been supporting the party more than you, who is in the structure, who is even the chairman. Somebody might have been supporting UPND for a long time, and he has done more for you people in the structures to do what you do. You need people. You need the private sector. You need people who, businessmen and whatever, who support the party. And so, at some point, if this person who has been supporting the party says, no, I want to contest, they give him the position. This is how you are seeing people like Avena Abeung Mungandu in Chawama. Because they have been supporting the party. Now, for you to come up, no, he's not our member, he's not our member. That is nonsense. You go and withdraw that she petition you want to the court. Go and withdraw it. Go and withdraw it. That is being indisciplined. That is being, you are the one who doesn't deserve to be a UPND member. By your action, that chairman, Mpenishina, and therefore Chilumbuleshina. Mpenishina, I need, what is the name of that guy? The guy in the copper belt, the one who was petitioned, I think one of the candidates. What is his name? What is the name of that guy in the copper belt? There's a guy who has petitioned the candidate saying he's not our member. He even took hooligans, to do interviews. No, he's not our member. He forged our adoption certificate. How can he forge an adoption certificate? How can he forge an adoption certificate? You are even dragging in Hinyama. This Hinyama, you Hinyama guy, you are very useless. You are very useless. You don't deserve to be a UPND member. You are not a UPND member. You are very indisciplined. You Hinyama, you are very indisciplined. And no wonder you are not adopted. Ishnada kwenye animo Hinyama. Ishnada kwenye animo Hinyama. Anyway, this guy, you Hinyama guy, you are very useless. You are very useless. Very useless. I could have said worse things here. But but you are very useless. No wonder you were left out. No wonder you were left out. Because you are just proving it's not Isaac. Na wala tufumako kuli Isaac Mwanza. Tulelanda pali fimbi. Mule konka wino. For mushari na muklas. Na tufumako kuli Isaac Mwanza. Edi ashira kwa Isaac Mwanza na iya. We are talking about this Hinyama. A UPND. He was calling himself chairman. I don't know if it's chairman of the district. I don't know. He wanted to contest. And the party did not pick him. They picked somebody else. He has gone to court to petition the person that was adopted, saying he's not our member. And I am saying, you Warren Hinyama, if you are a true UPND member, you would have respected the decision of the party. You wouldn't have gone to court and even pretend to say he has forged an adoption certificate. No one can forge an adoption certificate. You are even dragging President Hakainde Hichilema in it to say even our president, President Hakainde Hichilema signed that nomination. And the President Hakainde Hichilema is not blind. He's not. President Hakainde Hichilema knows who he chose to go and contest. So don't bring in the president. You are just being indisciplined. You are a cantankerous person. And I'm advising you, if at all you want to, to continue in this political life, go and withdraw that thing. Go and withdraw. Go and withdraw. Let this man continue, because the fact is you are going to lose. The fact is you are going to lose. You will not win that case. You will not win that case. The only one who can say is this one is not our member. It is the Secretary General. Only the Secretary General can say this one is not our member. Not you. Not you. So, with what you have done, the Secretary General will come and say, this is our member. You will lose. And for you, you'll be done together with your hooligans. Those people that you are showing yourself together, all of you. You all lose out. Because you'll be checked out of UPND. You'll be expelled. And when you are expelled, you are in trouble. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? There is no other party which is as good as UPND. Takuri. Takuri. And some of you, you survive because of UPND. Your life is in UPND. Without UPND, Tamoka survive anymore. So, in the mistake of your device, go and withdraw that nonsense. And apologize to the party. Not if you're like, hey, no, we don't know. This one, whatever. A political party has got many members. Some of them may not be carrying cards. Some of them may even be presidents of another political party. Vamutati, niwa president of a political party. But niwa UPND. Niwa UPND. So what you did, that is total nonsense. Anyway, I've spoken about this. All I'm saying is that whatever confusion they are within the UPND, we have not seen, this violence go escalating to other political parties. It has only been within the UPND. It is an internal affair. So it is unfair for the Americans, and I feel for the embassy in Zambia to come up with these suggestions that there will be violence, because there will be no violence. The president has been has pronounced himself. The police, we have seen commissioners, police commands in different provinces speaking against this. The other day we saw my good friend Yui. Yui was talking about this. He says we are not going to tolerate that. And they are making sure that there is no violence. So, instead of commending the president and the UPND government for their efforts to run a free and fair elections, you go and issue to say, we are expecting violence. That is how you incite. That is another way of inciting. That is what you were doing in Tanzania. That is another way of inciting. That is another way of inciting. And we know that sometimes some of these diplomats, they turn out into mercenaries who start funding people to do useless things so that whatever they have prophesied come to pass. Some of these people, they make such statements, and then behind their back, they start, funding some hooligans to cause confusion in a country. And then they start saying, you see, they have failed. There is a tendency which we are seeing from the Americans. There is a tendency which you have seen that, they want to sabotage the leadership of Hakainde Hichilema. Finch Achita Hakainde Hichilema. What has he done? What has he done? What has he done? What has he done? I mean, this is a man that has called everyone to come into the country and participate in everything. Be it ama mines mulandapo. You want to get ama mines on a silver platter? No. You cannot just be imposing yourself. You cannot just be imposing yourself on countries to get whatever you want. That is why you see some of us like, no, we are pro-China. Because China does not issue such kind of statements. China does not meddle in internal politics of a country. They don't. All they do, they come in with their money, invest, do business. No, you want to twist the arms of countries. You want to twist the arm of our government for whatever interest that you have. And because it is not going your way, you want now to start issuing statements. And behold, we hope that we won't see some people coming up and, doing useless things. Because the police are ready to counter whatever nonsense. The police are ready. And some of you who might be thinking that you will be protected by foreign interests, you are joking. You are joking. You will be arrested. You will go to jail. And there is nothing that they are going to do. There is nothing that they are going to do. So if you are a Zambian, don't be enticed by any foreign interests to do anything stupid, because they will not protect you. You will end up being in trouble. You end up being in trouble. Eh? So, yeah, that is what happened. Anyway, I think I've made my points. I can take some few calls. I can take some few calls. Willard, yeah, Willard, that come back home. Yes, I will come. I will come. I will definitely come. I'm coming. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Exactly, calling you from Lusaka. Well said, Mr. Tayali. You know, the system of these guys, the opposition, they are just every time complaining, bringing some issues which are not even there, you know. What they are trying to do is that they want the America, we know, America thinks maybe that's the only country that can control all the countries, but they forget that it's not like that. You know, sometimes, like just like what you've said the people who are in American embassy, these are the people now who want to start bringing confusion in Zambia, thinking maybe the president is not right, you know, or is not doing his job well. You know, us as Zambians, some of us, we love the president. You see? The way he's ruling this country, we know he's a man of peace. He's even different from the late.
And you know, this is why, listen, this is why you people should turn out in numbers to shame the naysayers. To shame the naysayers. Let Hakainde Hichilema win with a lot of votes so that they can see that the Zambian people have confidence in President Hakainde Hichilema. Not what they are trying to create. They are trying to create a situation, you know, to make it look like there is something that is wrong. No. They have got other interests. Anyway, my brother, thanks very much.
Exactly.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Tad. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to comment on the issue of adoption. What Mr. Warren Inyama did. Yeah, sometimes to avoid the confusion, we should accept this thing is normal in politics. But you know that what your candidate has done, it is wrong. It's better you accept that. You could have to expose this final, you could have not your confusion or what a confusion can you have by situation not to understand accept it. Therefore, what happened the change that the way they did a nomination and the adopted process, they are very complicated. Father, candidate who are adopted, it was we kind of permanent. But as members, it's over trust. So it's a tax safe to go Joe. This in the party that decided, you know, let's forget and move on to avoid confusion. Now, so I'm there, what's whereby now, within the party, Charity to Msevan, so I'm also saying that it will withdraw from your competition of us. Munguru to us, Darana, no one Tamano Yabuka, the body. What if I'm party members out of what Tanamaka? I think it will sympathize, but the top of Tanamaka.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean, it's normal. And you know, I'm not primaries. I know people talk about primaries. No, I want the primaries. I know primaries, they are just an indication, you know. But at the end of the day, the central organ of the party makes a decision. They make a decision. And if you are a disciplined member, you should accept that. You should accept the decision of the management committee. Not to kutampokuya kumakoti. That is being indiscipline. And I urge you, I know that, you know, this is normal. You cannot expect that all the adopted candidates will be accepted by the party structures where you are. It is normal. But that is where discipline comes in. That is where loyalty comes into a party. You cannot be saying, no, I'm loyal to Hakainde HM, I'm loyal to Hakainde HM, and yet you are undermining Hakainde HM as leadership. Going to court to petition a candidate who has been chosen by the party is undermining the leadership of Hakainde HM. It is undermining. You cannot in one breath say, I'm supporting Hakainde HM, and yet you are going to court to petition a candidate. You are not being sincere. You are not being loyal. And I mean, some of you will lose it, especially mobile UPND. Those of you who are going cantankerous mobile UPND, you are just jeopardizing your political future. UPND is still around. UPND is still around. We don't have an opposition at the moment. At the moment, I insist. We don't have an opposition that really will come up. So you find yourself, you are out of a political race. This is not a time to, you are a UPND member, Winofi. This is not a time to start misbehaving in UPND. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Tayali.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, yes. This is Kalumbi. Yes, I've been following the conversation, which is quite good, and we appreciate the highlighting of most of the issues that you highlight. I think very educative, and I've been able to follow them. I just want to comment on the narrative that the USA has just put regarding the issue of violence. I think for me, it is not really, it's quite premature.
Yes, very good.
In a sense that very premature, because which parameters are they using?
Thank you.
To allow that particular narrative. And in as much as yes, they have got their own assessment criteria, which we may not be privy to. But I think just to conclusively come and say this country is having violence, that kind of a thing, and putting up that kind of narrative is not really a good way that that a country of that reputation can come to that conclusion, which really not looking good. And I think if they have got any other interest, I think there is a better way of them channeling those on how they can meet the interest, if at all there is that kind of interest. And secondly, I think also for the most of the politicians and these propagandists that want to peddle or to ride on that narrative. I think that's not being patriotic enough, because that is quite detrimental on the part of the image of the country, and which I know the president has worked so hard to rectify that narrative. I mean, that reflection of the image of the country. I mean, toward the international country and things like that. And so I think that's my contribution. For me, I think that narrative is quite premature. And I think politicians should not be able to, if they are patriotic enough, they shouldn't be able to ride on that narrative. It's quite detrimental. And let's be patriotic as Zambians.
Yeah.
That will safeguard our nation. So to avoid all the propagandists to bring these issues and that kind of thing, I think it's quite unfortunate. That's my contribution, Mr. Tayali.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you know, he has used the right words, premature. And then what parameters are they using? What parameters? What parameters? Because really, under the leadership of Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND, I mean, we have experienced a term that has been very peaceful, like never before. Like never before. I mean, particularly when, since the multipartism coming in, they have always been fighting. Nominations, just before the nominations, I mean, you find there violence here, what, fighting. But this time around, it has been different. President coming out strongly. Police coming out strongly. People who misbehave, we see them being arrested. I mean, honestly, why? How would you say? I've seen somebody say, no, the government said it's normal. No. I mean, government have to be diplomatic. They have to be diplomatic in the way they talk. But surely it is not right. This guy is pointing at violence. Why can't he just issue a statement notifying them to say, in Zambia there will be elections? And that's it. In America, when they are having elections, do you see Zambian embassy saying, hey, don't come to America now, there might be violence? And yet we see pockets of violence happening in America itself. We see serious guns being fired in America. What nonsense is this? No, come on. Why do you want to be so sanctimonious? To be the experts, the expert, the measure of how things should be, of how democracy should be, and yet you have got your own issues there. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. Spare us. And my worry is you talking like that, you know, you might be inciting people. Zambians are peaceful, and I'm asking you Zambians to be peaceful. Don't follow this kind of nonsense. Be peaceful, be patriotic. Because if you are not, you will find yourself in trouble. The police are there. The police have been issuing strong statements against that. The police have been acting against that. I saw some people, no, hey, Gary Combo, the police did not do anything. No. You have to understand that the police also have to make a call when to act. They have to they have to judge properly. If there are a few police officers and there are a lot of cadres, I mean, they can't start engaging the cadres. We saw those guys, but later on they were arrested. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want? Be fair with us. Be fair with us. Americans, be fair with us. And particularly those who are in the embassy, Zambian embassy, be fair with us. Sit and analyze your conscience. That statement that you issued. Ask yourselves, like somebody, the caller said here, what parameters did you use to predict that there might be violence? What? When so far we have not seen cadres, we have not seen what? I mean, it has been very peaceful. That is what you should be talking about. That is what you should be sending to the world. Hello?
Hello, good evening, Mr. Tai.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so I wanted just to, yes, I wanted to respond to what you were saying concerning the statement issued by the Americans. Okay, so I listened to Mulambwaimbe on Radio Phoenix. I think he took a very different stance from what you've taken yourself. Him being a former Foreign Affairs Minister, I think to some extent I believed what he said. What he said is, he was on Radio Phoenix, Let the People Talk this morning. He said, this is a normal procedure, that in an event that a country is going to have an election, sometimes the situation is, there is uncertainty. You don't know what will come out of that. You don't know how the behavior, how the citizens would behave, those that are aggrieved and those perhaps who are just disgruntled. You know what I mean? So he said it's not only the Americans that have issued that statement. Other countries have issued that statement, and even Zambia would issue a similar statement. Remember, there was I think there was this war that has been taking place is it in Israel and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. So it is a common thing. It is a normal thing. He talked about, I think, a Vienna Convention, something like that, which I could not quote properly. So in a nutshell, he's saying this does not mean that America is saying there will be this. They are saying there is likely to. Meaning they are not sure, so they are just trying to warn or put a caution on the citizens traveling to Zambia. They must take caution.
So listen, my brother. Listen, my brother. Mulambwaimbe is a former Foreign Affairs Minister. Mulambwaimbe is part of the UPND government, which is in the ruling party, which is a ruling party. And what Mulambwaimbe was doing, he was being diplomatic. He was being diplomatic. That's what he was doing. You have said, no, it's just a caution and whatever. Which country have you ever seen issuing statements when there is elections in America? Do you see them issuing statements to say, be careful, in America there might be whatever violence? Let us not be over magnanimous. What is wrong? For me, I'm not part of government. For me, of course, I'm a politician. I'm not part of government, but my nature also is not, to blow hot air or to what? To put a smoke screen. It's not in my nature. What he did, you can only issue a caution if you think that there will be that violence, but there will be no violence. That is the point. So don't support these Americans. I know a lot of you, when you hear Americans, you want to be nice to them and whatever, because you are thinking tomorrow I might be needing to go to America. It's total nonsense. America, when they are wrong, they are wrong. That statement is nonsense. That statement is unnecessary. I tell you, it is unnecessary, and they were not supposed to issue that statement, because so far Zambia is experiencing peace. There have been peace. We have got we have got a better peace, if there is something like that, than in America. America is more unstable today than Zambia is. How can you come here and tell me to say it is normal? Aimbe is being diplomatic. I'm telling you the facts. These are the facts. Even you have got a wife. Listen, anyway, you have got a wife, Munganda. And then I start issuing. Hey. No. Me, I don't like you people. You people who are brainwashed by imperialism.
Okay.
You Kabioko. Allah, you go to America. Go and be an American. Allah. This is nonsense of no, America. You want to massage America. I mean, what is wrong is wrong. What America is doing in Zambia is wrong, and I am saying it as a Zambian. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Mr. Pratt?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes, you are clear.
Just a reminder, people are forgetting what happened in America on January 6, 2021. There was a serious violence at Capitol Building. Their Capitol Building.
Yes.
Near to Parliament Building. Quality violence, very America. Most of them were even dealt by the former President Biden. So when no plan the violence in Zambia, first of all, violence America.
Even now, as we are talking, America is not stable. Right now, as we are talking, America is not stable. Recently, Donald Trump was having a function with journalists there. What happened?
Exactly.
Donald Trump recently, his son was getting married. Donald Trump could not attend the wedding. Come on, let's be real. I mean, how many? Recently, we had people that were killed. So come on, what is this nonsense now of talking about Zambia violence? How can be a new African?
They are just trying to incite.
Yes, they are trying to incite.
And the people are trying to support with them that those are the people.
This is how they do. They put up like a statement. Next thing.
Nationwide protest for what?
For what? For what? No, thank you. Some of these people, they are so blind. They are naive. They take these things lightly. This is how you see violence, issuing in countries because of some of these foreign interests.
Exactly.
Some of these foreign interests. They're peaceful, but just because they want to prove a point or because they are not happy about something, then they, instigate it.
It's all about our minerals, nothing else. It's all about our minerals.
Nabayoko.
But January 6, 2021. It has never happened anywhere in the world, except for America.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. I'm quiet. Leo mfika mkashana.
It's time for a Zambia to to ambo kuikala no kulole shofe tuikala for them. Kufumia hapo kufonti kwa kumfira baba. Kukuwa America na UK na Rwanda. Lakini statement ile tukashana kutukasha shuwa deliver no deliver. Wala no kuti kuno la shuta ndio bantu. Takapita ni news. Mwana umfira no deliver for malaria. Mwana tamba news ya. Mwana mwana kuwa America kujana statement every day. Ni shina retire bantu. It can be compared to Zambia. Bera ndapadi kubale tuleka kiasi tuwalikana. Bakasendo ko gafuaya. Na imwe mwana ya umfuire kofine ngabalemba. Wo continue wo furike bwako. This is modern now uko tuleo. Tufurike to ambo kuikala. The way tufurike to aikala ele tukatana develop. Noti ngabako ala kote na mubutukira mwa umfuira.
Ngabakola America ngayakola nishibayima. America na Iranda. Kabie ni ukuna bayo.
You need to have courage. You don't believe them because if you know if what goes on in your country, You don't know what goes on in Chilufya. If one you can't even compare it.
Yeah. Thank you, my sister. If anything, Americans are safer to come to Zambia than to be in America. Americans, I want to tell you, you Americans, you are safer to be in Zambia under Hakainde Ichilema than to be in America. There is more peace in Zambia than in America today. Hello?
Evening, my brother.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just want to support you, Tayali. I'm very disappointed equally with the other brother. I think he was coming out like, oh, there shall be violence, and then Americans are not supposed to come and caution in even the other people. There's no tension, first of all.
Yes.
There's no tension in the country. If anything, this is a one-sided election.
Yes.
This is Francis, first of all, Francis from Kitwe.
Yes, yes.
This is a one-sided election that we're going to have on the 30th. You've seen the guys haven't, they haven't featured or adopted or put people in other areas and what.
Yes, so to contest.
The ruling party has an upper hand in this election. So what even brings the confusion? What brings the predicability of a confusion or any
violence?
There's nothing. Those things are only envisaged, or rather they are only predicted when
it's tight. Oh, Francis, hello? Hello? I've lost Francis. Hello? Hello? Tamleonfuika. Call again, please. Hello? 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 Yes, yes.
Yes, Atari. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I'm following the program. Hello?
Yes. We can hear you.
I'm following the program.
Hello?
Yes, Atari.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, Atari. Mudi ama election ale moneka kwati nusuendiri. Because the ruling party has got it, and when you look at, especially here in Ndola, the mood is not like what clever my election. They know that the UP will win, and they are voting again because a lot of people are happy with the free education policy. So there is not such a mood as if there is no window of change in short. It is just a framing.
Yeah. Indeed. Thank you. I mean, you can anticipate violence when, it's neck to neck. But now, I mean, UPND has overwhelmingly won already. So who is going to complain? Everyone has accepted. Even the contestants now, even Mundubila Ishvati, UPND is winning. Okay? So who is going to cry foul? Who is going to cry foul? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Tad.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm sure you can hear me. I just want to contribute something about these Americans. And I don't know why they are like this. Why did we give them so much respect? Why? As if it was mucharo chawero ni shirena wa ko tuli kuno kuzambia wanera murira muzambia kwa charo chawo. Etsumayo Everyone, that you wish to understand. Why it about parents and we shall grab Bukura on say the embassy, Kuro, the Wachira, my embassy on say I shall in my country, and one put it on the church.
Very quite tender. Very quite tender. They have money, they have money. It's their money. That is not a problem.
I'm sure what it is. I was going to
yeah, no, thank you. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Hello? Hello?
Yes, it's Mr. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Yes, this is Mike. I just want to contribute as well. So, to be honest with you, Mr. Tayali, some of us who work in this international airport in Zambia, yes. So, everyone who is living Zambia, I'm telling you that these people, they cry. They say, we are sad that you are living in Zambia. You people, you are very good people. That is the image. You are very good people. The country is so peaceful. You are very friendly. People enjoy these people come for tourism and other things. You see, including even the Americans themselves. So hearing that statement from the embassy, it doesn't reflect or represent the people, the American people who are living here. Those are just politics. Otherwise, people, I'm telling you, people love Zambia very much, especially foreigners. Love Zambia so much because of how peaceful it is.
Yes. I agree with you. Americans feel safer in Zambia than in America itself. So how dare they start issuing cautions? Americans are safer in Zambia. And I want to tell you Americans, go to Zambia, you are safe. In America, you may even have problems. But in Zambia, you are safe. You are safer in Zambia than in America. Hello? Kavienu. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Tayali.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Tayali.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can. I can.
More. I called then. I think the network wasn't good. Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Just quickly. Just 2 points here that I want to make. You see, there's what we call geopolitical, right? Geopolitical. The president, I think, spoke about it. If the United States of America have problems with China, let them fight their fight.
Yes. Hello? Oh, he's gone again. Unfortunately. Yes, I want to agree with Francis. I mean, America has got issues with China. And they are jealous of how China is doing in Zambia. And because of that, they have been issuing to my negative sentiments on China. They have been fighting China in Zambia. But no, please, spare us your fights. If we just want partners who can respect us and who respect them. Hello?
Hello, Chilufya. Hello, so I just wanted to contribute over this issue. First of all, Zambia should be very careful and they should understand the America the way they start when they have got interest in something. We know that Americans think of what they got. And because of the interest that they have got, look at what happened in Libya. Let us look at what happened in Korea. Let us look at what happened in so we have got the history, we know what happened. They incite because they keep the society. And you don't, I'm not going to square that money. However, you know, they will just be saying, no, I'm not going to banana. They will not see where they are going. People should be very careful with what they do. Zambia, yes. All of us, these people are in the opposition, whatever they are, we are all Zambians. And we must take care of our Zambia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad this caller has said this. You know, that's how they start. They will incite you. You start fighting amongst yourselves. Hello?
Yes, Francis once more. My line is quite bad. Yeah, so a quick one. Like I was saying, it's like America wants to bring their fights with China to Zambia. What they want to do now is to try and blackmail the government. You see? To feel like, you know, they're supposed to give the opposition, you know, the powers on a silver platter. That can't happen. We are not naive, my brother.
Yes.
Just like you answered the other gentleman, we are not naive. We're people who are learned, and the middle class is actually coming up very well. There's order in the country. The economy, you know, it has been, of course, the basics has been done. Now we need to, very soon, we shall, you know, start seeing the trickle-down effect. Things will have to improve in the next 10. So, in other words, the opposition need to up their game.
Yes.
They've got no one to blame, my brother.
No.
And so, like you say, it's even more unsafe in America today than you can be in Zambia. So where do they pick the narrative that there shall be violence in Zambia?
Americans are safer to come to Zambia. They are safer. They should be encouraging them to say, come to Zambia, there is peace here. This
is the safe haven, my brother.
Yes.
This is the safe haven, my brother. The president is saying any country that speaks a panga or fights another person, they are on their own. Like you said also earlier on, I was following you. What has actually we've seen is intra violence. It's within their own parties. They are within their own rank and power of the party. You know, they haven't disturbed the other guys that are coming into the game.
No.
So how do they then blame the government and say they shall be violent?
No.
Because before, we would have seen,
yes,
the UPND would have seen, you know, pangas and machetes and axes and what blocking the roads for the other parties going for notification, which we haven't seen now. They are supposed to give kudos to the president and for, you know, being firm and reducing the violence that they had started themselves.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
That's it. That's what I wanted to share with my brother. Keep it up, Tali.
Thank you.
Good night.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, what daddy my gosh.
Yeah, I'm quiet.
Emkwa turevo kutabo challenge abasiraye bamazambia nyatu amazambia nyabatabakwa tamanu bare salama language akuli vunja kumazambia atali shiramuntu alikuwa ticket ya support hapo so ifona ifoma zambia libambia watu decide kwe watu wavotera wa mundu bilete kwa tio ni shamanta kwetawe ama businesses y'abantu mu Zambia yabyonaika shiramuntu alikuwa life yako yaika from 2021 kusafika inoishita 2026 so umuntu akamkuvota ofyaikaro kwama mu 2021 kufuka mu 2026 ngatakowa government yaishiro kufuma mu 2021 kufuka mu 2026 ngalisunga wino umuntu ofakavota tekwatyo umuntu ngarana chitavotera vamuntu virenjamano taboitete kwevati ichava muiwe nshira iyo hawe amabusinesses yavantu yalionaika 4 years to I tell trading for years. I pay my rights with the corner. Oh, you get that yo, UPND will. If I'm from Zambia, not decide to go. I think we'll go to our movie and why am they now? I'm not going to be. So, Natasha, so to have challenge, I copy our way now. Zambia, never to avoid a man. So, we are moving to vote and properly me.
So, Umfwa, I think the watch bomb for winner Abachilalanda. Tulanda padi if you are America barandide. Ba America na bafunya statement bareba ti Muzambia muchenjere mabaleisa Muzambia pantu nimbikuka befimfulunganya. Ele ifo tulebo ko ati awo Muzambia muri umutende nangu kuri ama elections muri umutende. Elo achiraye bati ababe n'abaskwali babamwa abantu abasuminisha fyefya abasungu balanda abasungunga balanda ninshi basuminisha abasungunga balanda ninshi basuminisha. Ewo bachiraye bati tabakweta amano tabachiraye bati mwe bane supporta ba mundu bile bachiraye bati bali abasupporta ifya basungu fyenga balanda America nga yalanda basuminisha America nga yalanda basuminisha. Ewo bachiraye bati ifo twikala kuno kwine kwa America kwali befimfulunganya tekimulinganya na ku Zambia. So tabachiraye bata abawa ne supporta ba mundu bile tabakweta amano awe tefo balelanda ko bati mwirasuminisha efyo abasungu lyonse nga balanda mwasuminisha wamfa muntu wanti. Hello
ukusumisha kwa batali na mulyawele balele bakutwa ukusumisha reason why Zambia ya controlled by abobeni na mwingana shani bala ikontrol aba Zambia Zambia tawa control atamono Zambia tira controlled by America we.
Okay muntu wanti natotera I think Turelanda on a different different levels, different wavelength. The village to sink. Hello? 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 Yeah, Shani. Hello? Hello?
Mawombe.
Mawombe.
Na totela. Sasa ngokulamba punjendi ila imo. Na mushiba. Abama leaders leso. And I've seen this before. If you want to attack, can you attack your political opponent with humility and with reason? Within the confine of the law and within the confine of your atmosphere, political atmosphere which you have in your country. No Bayama, but Chilufya, like the way you're putting it. Why should you sell yourself to any other country? It's the same issue, which I can just give an example like this. You have got many problems at home. It's the same, even me, I've got many problems at home. No, but you are not going to have any problems. You are not going to have now, why you will be able man, as knowing other problems are like we have to get mature. It's not so very cheap. Sorry to say this, but you are poor. This is our country. Today, how can you make them all be there? Then you know why you know come to America. What if you know finish? Then you are on Kalambo. What happened to you next? Who can pull the fish when people start complaining about you?
You see, I want to take advantage of your comment. You see, like Vashon Tembo, Bafilo Kuchitafa Wavene, Abo Bambo Kulembenka Kuli Donald Trump. I've written a letter to Donald Trump. My own friend, the next day, Badina pa Voice of America. Voice of America, Badina Voice of America. At your political party,
me, I always follow you, Chilufya. Don't you think that sometimes we don't call one another to conquer? Even yesterday I was following you. You know, exactly what to explain. But I'm done about sometimes put it all under moving about the good condition for the land of the woman to give up. Now, one of them was about Amano. From then about sometimes fishing about sense of thinking of Gachinaska Pesa. I was very much surprised. His only problems, what you are saying, he goes to BBC to start explaining what do now.
Imagine. Short tempo. These are the people now. The Americans want to say there will be violence because of Sean Tembo. What nonsense is that? Which or I haven't never Sean Tembo because of Sean Tembo. Hello.
Hello, what Muristan.
Winner here.
Okay. Charo Chesu. Aramba. Charo Chesu. Chamuno mwe Charo Chesu. Charo Chesu chamuno mwe kumba pune kshinga nefituntu because muromo wati kujisha. Because Charo Chesu pochifikire nachifika pari problemu yako vati muntu wanze fiarefu ayakuchachita. So vaAmerica turavapepa vatari. VaAmerica ifyo valanda amazambia ni kumfuira. VaAmerica na valanda. Na mumfua vareisa. Sasho VaAmerica oveni valanda ti VaAmerica vareisa VaAmerica vareisa. Sasho VaAmerica potu vatinina. Just because if it's that to have a paper. What to have a tongue graphic, what you will be paper. I mean, that's a pretty fantastic muchachos. Well, what's to the paper America over in America? Should I mean, ever to Isha? What I mean was yes, ever coming. So America, Tabaco is a point to nothing but my election now, Tabaco is a point to have. Tapi rasa fokus ni caro. Improvement dia apa kumnya boko. Ifo kuno tulifia wino kuno kuzanga tulifia wino. Na muni pipine kia makampeni. Tulifia wino bonza ke badi pene sala. Wot bare le pesha obukia tipo. Ba UPND. Tabare penda na bonza tabare penda.
Walanda bwino bonse tabalepele ndalama bonse tabalepele ndalama na wobele tabakwete eba lina weshi
bonse tire chula ama hospital como 1991 2001 apa ponze na apisana fudia kare bare pera kwenda mapia jinja batari ngoti bare depa Once the Turin Sana, when my good Marequia, once by Ninsana. By your friend, you want the Purinsa. You just have to go to the Yadi Chin about
yeah.
Now, Peshani, population now, Kuriava Zambia. Johnson at night. Yadi Chinda, you have Pia Kufidia, Pita, what don't you want to let Papa?
Thank you, Mwana, thank you. Angufusha when at once sit out with him, and that is a fact. Somebody was saying that, hey, Wamona, Ureisha na Turechula. Songa Wadikuri Mundivile, apa Mundivile Pera Kondala Maiwe. Mundivile Nalimushi. I know, apa campaign, Mwarafa no Pista campaign. Na Mulu Sakafe, you can't campaign. Mulu Sakafe, you can't campaign. Na ishupa, na ikosa. Hello? Hello? Buena Bwanji.
Moshe, my brother. Me, what I want to say is what I let me understand. Ichilenga, beyond single elections. Okay, then the Sham Zambia Mumis, Monday, Ichirenga okwati wa America wale watu because I remember in 2021 the same America uliaka tushingani nani America ni ambassador ali kuzinwe aya abantu wale ndo kwati yo America wale support UPND yo America wale stashani and apafu chabasemo explain
very good question. Okay, and then the next thing I'll ask. Go ahead.
Ilias violence. But I almost trying to follow some small things in the world. Trump was almost killed.
You know, I don't want to touch that. I don't want us to go that much. I think let's leave it there. I think they understand. Let's just say there are issues also in America. Let's leave it there. Let us not go too much into those details because I mean that would be, you know. But I get your point. Now let me respond to your first question. Why is it that America, like in 2021, they were against the UPND, or they were against the PF, and indeed they were against, because we should not be pretending. We should not be pretending. We can see that this is where they are leaning. They were against PF, and they were supporting Hakainde Hichilema. Okay, they were for Hakainde Hichilema. You see, the issue is that America and other countries, they have got their own interest in Zambia. And when they don't get those interests, they look forward to a guy that is coming, hoping that he will give them whatever, those favors, they will get whatever advantages. And when they don't, they turn around. President Hakainde Hichilema was massively supported by the West and the Americans. But you know, since Hakainde Hichilema came in, Hakainde Hichilema has been, as if you like, has put Zambia first. If you like. Hakainde Hichilema has put Zambia first. He's talking about, like, you know, in terms of minerals. He's saying value added. Value added. Let's make industries here. Let's do things here. We don't want to be exporting raw materials. They don't like that. And Hakainde Hichilema is not giving, is not looking at, no, because this is America. No, he's looking at who is able to do business with Zambia with mutual benefit. Basta benefit na ivoto asta benefit. No mbawa wambi, bafuaya kwati. You know, like in one country, Donald Trump said, I don't want to mention the country again, but there is a country where Donald Trump said, we have been given the largest mining, mineral, whatever rights to import. He was praising this president because this president has given them so much in terms of minerals. You see? That is what they want.
I've learned that one.
Now, but Hakainde Hichilema, if you have seen Hakainde Hichilema is a businessman. Hakainde Hichilema is about, you know, let's respect each other. You know, let me benefit and you benefit. Let the Zambian people benefit and you benefit. So they are not very comfortable with that. They want Hakainde Hichilema to be like, there is one president, one African president, who has been trotting back and forth in America, sending even people to Chani, to some of these countries where America is fighting, whatever, supporting America on everything. Whatever America says, this guy is praising them. That's what they want Hakainde Hichilema. But if you have seen Hakainde Hichilema does not issue useless statements supporting useless things. So they are not happy, they are not comfortable. And this is why they are trying to see that maybe one of these oppositions can come up and they can, you know, they can get what they want. They are not happy with Hakainde Hichilema because Hakainde Hichilema has put Zambia first. Hakainde Hichilema, it's about mutual benefit. This is what they are not comfortable with.
Okay.
Ukutungulule chalo kwali shupa. Ruling a country is difficult, but they always do this. This is what they do. If Hakainde Hichilema was just busy, you know, being a... I mean, we thought Hakainde Hichilema was going to be a puppet of the Americans. That's what we thought. I mean, even myself, I used to say Hakainde Hichilema is a puppet. But truth be told, Hakainde Hichilema has really shown that, no, I mean, we must stand on our own. Hakainde Hichilema, even on global issues, on geopolitics, Hakainde Hichilema has been very careful with what he says. With what he says. He doesn't just follow anyhow. And America, they don't like that. America, they like somebody they can put in the pocket. Eh? This is a problem. But come on. The opposition, America will not put you in power. The Zambian people will. Only the Zambian people will. America, so Mulawa excited. No, America said this. Hey, America, whatever. America will not put you in power. It's the Zambian people. Because even in countries where they have tried to remove the leadership, to install their puppets, it has not worked. There are bigger countries, more powerful countries, where America has imposed itself or has imposed leadership. It has not worked. It has not worked. We have got examples. Being imposed by America will not guarantee you leadership. No. If you are not a leader, you will not succeed even if America impose you on a country. You need to be a leader yourself. You need to have a vision. Otherwise, you will not succeed. So those of you who are getting excited, no, you are happy. America. We are Zambians. Let us, show the people. Let us convince the people. Hakainde Hichilema has convinced the people. Even some of us who were against him, we have turned around to appreciate him. And we're not appreciating him, not because some of you have been saying, no, because you are outside, because you want to come back. No. I am not desperate to come back. I'm not desperate to come back. I'm not suffering in the way that, like in the Pamudiron Defok, where and Defok. I can somehow survive. But I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema because clearly there are a lot of things that we can point at. We can point at. So many things. Some of them are even talking about now our opposition at Hakainde Hichilema at one Zambia, one side. Hakainde Hichilema has been saying one Zambia, one nation. One Zambia, one nation. And Hakainde Hichilema is working on that. He's working on that. Even in his appointment, the first government, he took most of the people that he took. They were from the other region. Check the nominations of Hakainde Hichilema. Most of the people that he picked, they were from the other region. He tried to combine his government to bring everybody. He tried to do that. He has been open to everyone. Vaneva Smumba is not Tonga. Chipoka Mulenga is not Tonga. Kabuswe is not Tonga. There are a number of people. Wamtati. Bana Lumango. The vice president, who he has even retained Bana Lumango. Some of you have been saying, Bana Lumango, Bana Lumango, Walfokubachinga, Bana Lumango, Tawofwana, Bana Lumango, whatever. How can Hakainde Hichilema retain Bana Lumango if at all they were not in sync? Come on, let's be fair. I mean, this guy, there are things which you can really point to. Like I'm talking about national unity. If there is any leader who is pointing to uniting the country, it's Hakainde Hichilema. If there is a leader that is showing that he's trying to pull the country together, of course these things will take time. But you can see that the guy is trying to pull the country together, to unite the country. And slogan at yo, you one Zambia, one side. One Zambia, one side. And yet, some of these people, Mulampa Pusha, and some of these things you don't want to talk about it. Even that Zambia one side. You have, I don't know, I'm uncomfortable to say this, but you people, you are the arch rivals of President Hakainde Hichilema. You are the arch arch rivals of President Hakainde Hichilema. Okay? Arch rivals. Every day you are talking against Hakainde Hichilema. Every day you are talking about Hakainde Hichilema. Every day. And yet your spouses are working in government institutions. How do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile? You know, one Zambia, one side. One Zambia, one side. Muneland that one Zambia, one side. Your spouses, your relatives are working in government. How can you say that? How dare you say one Zambia, one side? Wafumapo, waamukulala no mukashi, ule womba government. Wacho luchero, yo aparali, ule watu, one Zambia, one side. Umukashi wowe, alimunanikane, mu government, ale womba. A number of these people that are talking, their relatives, their spouses are working in government. And they are known. They are very much known. Are you telling me if Hakainde Hichilema was as bad as you were because mwalimu government imwe? Mwalimu government. Are you telling me? Imagine bamutinta. Imagine bamutinta when Hakainde Hichilema was in opposition. Bamutinta bale bomba kuzesku. Kuti wakuomba. Ngawali should survive. Do you imagine that? But you people, you are busy. One Zambia, one side. Because, you know, spouses, you know, they are not politicians. So, you know, I usually don't like to go that route. But I just have to say this to make a point. That when you are saying one Zambia, one side, under President Hakainde Hichilema, your relatives, bali shibikwa, tualive shiba. Some of them, and it's you people who employed them. It's you people who employed them, more promoter, not promoter. We have not seen them being removed. We have not seen them being removed. They are still working. But one Zambia, one side. Hakainde Hichilema, let us, at least on that one, let us appreciate him. Let us appreciate him. There is no one who can say, yo, you never interfere in Chito because in the Muvemba. And yet, we saw people from Southern Province, from Western Province being paged because they belonged, they belonged the other side. Hello? Yes. Yeah, I'm quiet. I'm quiet.
Program yenu wamdala abantu ama-Americans, especially taking down from Americans, sinaenda from opposition. Aba opposition wa Zambia ishishiwe efo babomba because the national opposition check and balances. Doto kwambo kuingira mu mariachi oyo ambi kwambo kwa ama-Americans ifintifishe tika Zambia. For the past 5 years, Zambia, it has been a peaceful country. Peaceful country, more than the word itself, peaceful. Because if you mona muri wubuteko wafumako leko tule munapali no chitawa kala manafi chinja. Umuntu kutafola t-shirt yako walefu ya red, ya green, ya blue, ya white, ya yellow, ya red color. Tapaga wala mungati. Ala ya pamarket ala shitisha. Ala ya kunsoko walefu wakula ukutita. Mubasa wantu balera ndefo walefu wakulanda takwati. Kwale wadu mubasa walanda techi nuleka ya tupade waku ikata. Baku imya. Abantu ipeta walefu mwana. So wakala mba konkanye nipo ukulanda. Abantu womfwe. Ala wazu wa position wa mzambe tapade kwa walefu tala mkipa nono hiyo. Balefu mfwe kulita techi mfurunga ya mzambe. Because you are America, Valela, and Loco America. Come and go away from Funga, Pano, and Mabel and my news. Montuna, Imana, Savan, to add Monapo, Murai, Madame Putambo, Savan, Munan, Chukura, Sawa, then Wambo, Savan, to let them.
Anyway, Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, I think I've spoken enough. Let me end there. Let me end here for tonight. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'm not going to go live unless otherwise. Some people are talking about Edgar Lungu. I don't want to discuss that matter. I will just wait for the court ruling. I mean, we have spoken enough on that matter. Now, truly, if what the court will decide, the court has adjourned. They have not given the date when they are going to give a judgment, but we are waiting for the judgment. When they are ready for the judgment, they will give us the date. They will announce the date, and then they will go and give the judgment. So we wait for that. I don't want to, we have said enough. Suffice to say that next Friday Nishbalungu bakwanya 1 year. 1 year opo bafuida. So even the court pointed to that fact that they want to give the judgment as quickly as possible because this case has taken long. It is now coming to a year. So the Supreme Court is going to give a judgment, and they say they want to do it as soon as possible because it has taken almost a year. On the issues that I spoke about, don't be alarmed about the independent candidates. According to the law, there is nothing that they have done wrong. So I don't think they will be disqualified. On your Fred member, if the court, it is proved that Badorika does not have a grade 12 certificate, we are going to see the Fred member disqualified. And when he's going to be disqualified, don't say, Haka in the HM, our Fred member is not a threat. It would be because running mate Wabo has failed to fulfill the requirements of the law. Sean Tembo, his political party, was not changed into a change. It is himself who failed to fulfill the requirements of the law, whereby the substantive Secretary General could not sign the adoption certificate for reasons that we don't know, and only Sean Tembo himself knows. On America, I want to say that advisory was not in good faith. It was not in good faith. It was not accurate. It was unnecessary because Zambia is enjoying peace. Americans and other nationalities, they are actually safe in Zambia, even during this time of elections. And even on the day of elections and after, there will be peace in Zambia. There will be better peace in Zambia than in America, unless mercenaries sponsor that violence. But from Zambians, including the oppositions, no, we are not going to have violence. We are at peace in Zambia. So let no embassy or any foreign entity start fabricating things saying in Zambia they are likely to be violence. No, there is no violence, and there will be no violence. During and after elections, there will be no violence in Zambia. Let everybody hear this, and especially those of you, the diplomats sitting in the Zambian embassy, you should know this. You are safe, and any American who wants to come to Zambia, just encourage them to come to Zambia and not planting things in their heads like you are trying to, because what you are saying is not there. I think that is all for tonight. I'll come back on Sunday. Tomorrow I'm not talking, but I'll come back on Sunday with 2 minutes uninterrupted. 2 minutes uninterrupted on Sunday. Thank you very much for supporting me. Thank you very much for following me up and your participation. I really appreciate. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia, especially our leaders, especially President Hakainde Hichilema. And may you people turn out in numbers to pour votes for President Hakainde Hichilema, so that the naysayers can see that we still have confidence. We actually have more confidence in Hakainde Hichilema and his leadership. Bye for now.